This assignment is Shino with wax resist design. The essential skill for this assignment is using wax resist over Shino to create design. The requirements for this project are 5 sketches of ideas and notes, 1 final sketch, and 2 pots with Shino and wax resist design over 40% or more of the surface. The steps are complete 5 sketches, 1 final sketch, and then complete the demonstration, presentation, and test on Shino glazes. Remember, there's a test. Step 3 is dip your pottery in Shino. Step 4 is once you have your dry pot, once your pot is dry to the touch, add wax design. Step 5, let your pot sit out to grow crystals for 3 to 7 days. Step 6, fire and enjoy. Alright guys, for this assignment you're going to need your 2 pots. You're going to need wax resist, a brush, a sponge, and glaze tongs. Alright guys, once you've completed steps 1 and 2, which is sketches and then the presentation, test, demonstration, you're just going to dip your pot in glaze. Simple. Let's mix the glaze. Alright, you notice the Shino has that layer of kind of brown water that's on top. That's actually the soda ash. Remember, the soda ash is water soluble, so the flux is in that soda ash, and that comes to the top there before you mix it. Shino is really cool. Remember, the thickness can matter, the amount of drying time, a lot of cool variables with this assignment. Alright, but it's simple, just dipping my pot in Shino. One little trick, you can actually blow on it, and that will change the way the crystals grow. Because you're getting thick spots, you got thin spots. We learned that Shino is different from other glazes because it has a higher clay content. Part of that means that it takes longer to dry because Shino has more clay in it than other glazes. This is going to take a longer time to dry, so you just have to wait for it. Alright, now that our pot is dry to the touch, we can add our wax design. Step 4, add your wax design to your Shino glaze. So with this, I'm just going to do something really simple. I'm just going to do kind of straight up and down lines. We need to allow the salt that's in the Shino to dry and start to crystallize. The crystals will form in the area where the wax is not. Okay, you can already start to see a little bit of crystal formation here, but as we let this dry for longer, remember between 3 and 7 days, the crystals will form over the entire surface. You can just barely start to see little crystals here as well. Alright, so unlike our regular wax resist in our previous assignment, we're not going to add another glaze on top of this. The wax is only here to manipulate or control the crystal growth on the surface. Now that this is wax, we're going to allow it to dry for 3 to 7 days, and we're going to get crystals that are going to grow on these areas where the wax is not present. Right? And then we're going to put it in the kiln. We're going to do a very specific firing, heavy reduction firing, where we're going to have a lot of soot or carbon in the kiln, and then those crystals are going to trap that carbon. Step number 5, let your pot sit out to grow crystals for 3 to 7 days. Number 6 is fire and enjoy. Don't forget to wash out your brushes.
Don't forget to wash out your brushes.
Don't forget to wash out your brushes. Wash out your brushes.
Right. Here we have our glazed piece. It's been sitting out for 3 days now, and you can see all these awesome crystals that are growing on the surface. Those crystals are going to be what traps the carbon. The carbon's going to sit on those crystals in the kiln when we put it in reduction And then as the crystals start to melt, it's going to trap the carbon underneath. You can also tell that there's no crystals on the spots that we waxed. One other quick note, if we touch any of these crystals, they are going to get ruined. So it's very important, as these crystals are drying, to not touch them. You can also see a lot of variation on the bottom here with just the natural way that dries. Very interesting. We'll see how it turns out.